charities, we've done back to school, we've done like hurricane relief stuff, so many things. But yet, Colaz, right now, if you go on YouTube, I am one of the most bashed YouTuber. Don't get me wrong, I have like a lot of love from my subscribers and people who are there cheering me on. But then you have like what we call reactors, right? They're out there trying so hard just to tear Colaz down. But you asked me a question earlier, off camera, and you said like, if they are successful in tearing you down, how do they eat? And so I trust me, I don't even remember the question that you asked, but I want to ask them this: if you are successful in bringing Colaz Smith TV down, how will you get to eat?
Do you have enemies?
No,
wait. Do you have enemies? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you have enemies?
I guess it's just a success. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Alkaline. So he's a dancehall artist. He says something in one of his songs, and I strongly support that. They're not enemies. They're just undercover fans. Okay. Meaning that they say they don't like us, but they are consumed, or we consume. They are consumed by what we do so much that I believe like they watch us even more than our fans. So they're not enemies, they're undercover fans. So they don't want people to know that, hey, you know what, I'm inspired by Colaz, but guess what? They are.
So do you have undercover fans?
So much. A lot of them, yeah.
How have you tried to calm down yourself out of the undercover fans that hide in their bedrooms or washrooms and watch you, but they cannot watch you from the sitting room? Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me tell you guys, I have done so much for not even just my community, people in general, right? We've built homes for people. We've done charities, we've done back to school, we've done like hurricane relief stuff, so many things. But yet, Colaz, right now, if you go on YouTube, I am one of the most bashed YouTuber.
Yeah, greetings, good people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. My name is William, and we are coming live from Bangkok. This is Terminal 21. This is where we've contacted this video from. So with me, I'm with a great guy, a good guy, a go-getter. And I want him to introduce himself, then we shall have this interview. Yes.
Greetings everyone, my name is Miguel. I go by the YouTube channel Colaz Smith TV. So I am based in Jamaica, so Jamaican content creator. I just love creating content. We do adventures, we do some travels, some construction, just a little bit of everything. All right? Yeah.
Guys, as he has said, his name is Colaz Smith TV on YouTube and all other social media platforms. As our culture, we're here to support each other. So go right now there. Actually, you should pause this video and go to his channel and subscribe. All right, so today we want to know, how does it feel to be a bigger YouTuber or a content creator? What inspired you to become a content creator?
All right, so for me, growing up in the countryside, actually, poor background, so limited access to, like financial assistance, whatever you want to call it. I always watched, like at the time, the local television, and wanted to wonder like what would it be like to become a star, like a TV star. Because at the time we didn't know about YouTube, right? So I always wanted, I envisioned myself on TV. So when YouTube came about, I took that opportunity to try it, and then it just blossomed and bloomed into what I am today. So that's my inspiration.
So guys, I hope you've heard it all. And what was your lowest, or what is your lowest point on YouTube that maybe people don't know?
Okay, so all right, the lowest point, maybe people know, some people know. I think when I was just starting out, like I didn't like develop the strength that I have today, the resilience that I have right now. So when I just started out, you know, the negative people, the ones who bash you, the ones who, you know, just have nothing good to say, you know, those ones like were coming at me and talking stuff, and that really like distracted me a bit, you know, kind of put me down to the level where I felt like just stopping this, just giving up, just leaving YouTube, you know, because I couldn't manage the pressure, you know. But over time, you know, I developed the strength, I developed the willpower to continue to push forward, and that made me stronger and made me who I am right now on the YouTube platform.
What are some of the techniques that you use to go through all that kind of struggle?
Okay, so for me, the number one thing is just ignore. Like, don't reply, don't watch some of them. You know what? You have some channels out there, you know, even now, you know, while I am big, there are channels whose sole purpose is to bring me down. But what I do, YouTube have a thing that you can click not interested, so therefore you don't get the pop-ups. And I tell people in my circle, I don't want to hear that, I don't want to see it, because what you don't know won't hurt you, right? So I focus less on the negatives and just put all of my energy into positive movement, positive thinking, just like forward going, and that's what keep me right now. So, you know, if you watch everything that people say and you let it consume you, then you're gonna be drained. But you know, just think about focusing on what you want to achieve, you know, like positive stuff, and that's what, you know, it comes like exercising, right? If you go to the gym every day, you build muscles, you lose weight, but if you don't exercise, what happened to you? You know, you get out of shape, you get out of breath, everything. So you got to know what you want. So that's what I've been doing.
All right, thank you for sharing. I know that content creation is not an easy task, and we see you have these big numbers. Tell us, how did you feel when you got 1K? I know it is maybe many years back, but at least you still have those moments. So we want to inspire someone that is watching and is planning to start a YouTube channel in 2026. How did you feel when you got to 1K subscribers, and how did you feel to the point right now, the numbers that you have?
All right, so any content creator will tell you this. The first 1K subscriber usually is the hardest target. But you see, when you get to that point, because that's like the first milestone that every YouTuber wants, because guess what? When you get to that 1K, you know, you can think about monetization. So when I get to that 1K, like, it was even a happier feeling than now. I'm at 226K, 226,000 subscribers, and I was more happy, like, just reaching that 1K, because I know what, hey, guess what? I see this thing working for me now. I can make a revenue from this. And it's not all about the money, but the money is a big part of it as well, because we can't do nothing in life if we don't have. You know, we can help other people. We can do nice things for ourselves and our family and friends. So that 1K meant a whole lot to me, because it meant opportunity. It meant, you know, like going further and further and further. So that 1K for me was the greatest, and then the second greatest feeling was the 100K. You know, when you get that YouTube plaque, I got that plaque, and trust me, like,
Haven't got it, guys.
when they sent me the email, oh my God, I couldn't wait for it to come. I couldn't wait like, I was so excited. Like, you think it's my birthday, you think I just won the lotto, because I was super excited just to get this achievement. Oh yeah, this shows that you're putting in hard work, you're doing something good. You know, persons find interest and something in what you're doing. So
how about the day you got the AdSense?
Ah man, I can tell you, my first paycheck on YouTube, it was so small, but I was super happy. I think I got, I think it was like 11, like how much? $100.
$100. Yeah.
I think like little bit over 100, so maybe like $105 or something like that. And I was like, whoa, me get my first paycheck. You know, I didn't make a video of this. You know, because sometimes it's not good to like show people, you know, because you have to be, you know, smart. But in myself, I'm like, whoa, I got paid on YouTube, so this actually works. Because sometimes, like, you know it's gonna come, but you never expected it.
Yeah.
So when it's finally here, your mind is blown. Yeah.
Now, you've shared all that, and we see that you had many steps to celebrate. Now, here comes a question. Do you think, is it late or early for someone to open a YouTube channel?
It's never too late. It's never too late to start a YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I would tell anybody who watching this video right now, get inspired, be motivated, start a YouTube channel. I mean, it can be a side hustle if you want. It can be your main source of income if you put in as much work like I do, because YouTube is the only thing that I do right now. Yeah, I quit my job as a library assistant years ago, you know, and I do YouTube full time. I have a team that I employ. I have so many other people that relies and depends on me for, you know, employment and work. And I assist and help so many other people, you know, through YouTube and like my personal earnings and income. I'm not talking about donations now. I'm talking about like what I earn from my YouTube, and that comes with hard work. So don't envy or jealous someone who you see putting in the work. Instead, ask them, how do you do this? How can I start a YouTube channel for myself? And guess what, guys? There are so many other videos out on the same platform of how to create a YouTube channel. You just gotta access, you just gotta be brave. You just gotta stop thinking about, okay, I'm shy, or, you know, I want to do this, but I'm afraid. Like, just start your camera and show what you want the world to see.
Thank you, General. So what Colaz is saying is that be yourself. Get your camera, go anywhere, maybe on the street, or you want to be a motivational speaker. Get started. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
All right. So, if you're to start again, if you're like to start from zero, you do different kind of content, and what kind of content would you do?
Okay, so I can't say I would do different type of content, because right now my content is basically what I like to do. So I started out doing, well, professionally, like nature adventures, and that's what I grew up on, right, in the countryside, or probably in your case we'd say the village life. So we are doing something that we live every day, the cooking, you know, getting the firewood and going to the river to swim as youngsters growing up. That's what we did, and that's what we focus on the YouTube channel. And then things that I wanted to do, like traveling. This is my 9th country, number 9. Guys, I've always wanted to travel as a young kid growing up, and then to see YouTube as, you know, giving me that opportunity to be able to travel without worry. Like, I'm in Thailand, guys. Right now we are in Thailand. That's thousands of miles away from Jamaica, right? Never in my wildest dream. I used to, okay, let me tell you, when I was small, we used to see the planes flying overhead, and, you know, we say to ourselves like, whoa, when am I gonna get that chance? You know, I used to see.
For us, we used to say, that is my plane. That is my plane.
I used to see like when I was like 19, 20. You know, I used to see parents, because when I was working at the library, right, I see parents driving their nice cars to pick up their children from we had an after school program there at the library. So I always said to myself, wow, you know, I hope that one day I can have a car to pick up my. I didn't have a child that back then.
But you had dreams.
But I had dreams. I want to do this someday. I like this. And guess what? I purchased maybe 7 or more cars. Yeah.
Wow.
I have a truck. I have cars. And this is not like a brag or boast.
No.
This is just like the feeling of fulfillment. Yeah, the feeling of fulfillment, and just to tell you that if I did it, you can do it too, because I was at the bottom, you know, nothing. Like, there were days when we couldn't find food. Growing up, my parents very poor. In my community, I consider like we were probably the poorest, and now I go back to that same community. I help so many people. You know, I gave them. I just show them the way. I provide work, I provide jobs, I gave them YouTube channels. You know, the start, I teach them how to fish so that they can do it for themselves. And one thing I ask them to do in return for me, help someone along the way.
Wow, that's really inspiring. And actually, that cuts the question that I was going to ask. I wanted to ask you if a small YouTuber can survive on YouTube.
Definitely.
But you want to react about that?
Yeah. Okay, so guess what, guys? YouTube, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, oh, YouTube is so easy. If I did that, I would be telling you a lie. So here what? If you want to become successful on YouTube, you got to go out there and you got to put in the work. You got to get up. You got to spend the late night editing. You got to like try to figure out what my audience want to see. You got to be out of the box thinker. Like you can't just follow someone else because, okay, I see Colaz doing this, so I'm going to do the same thing. No, you have to come up with your own unique style, something that will grab your audience. And when they sit down to watch your channel, guys, I'm kind of getting a little bit passionate about this, but when they sit down to watch your channel, they can't move. Yeah. Like I had like people calling me, yo, I want to go to work, I'm going to be late for it, but I can't leave the couch. Yeah. I'm watching your video. Yeah, you got to have that. Like that surprise, that pull factor. So you grab them and you keep them. You know what? But guess what, guys? It is not easy, but you can do it. Because I did it, so you can do it. There's no magic potion. There's no quick fix. It's just dedication, hard work, consistency. And you can do it too.
Guys, to add on what he has just said, YouTube or content creation is not easy because you need to be creative. Sometimes your family members will let you be. Like if you're married, your wife will start to complain, your husband will start to complain because you're no longer giving them time. You're giving time to YouTube or to content creation because you want to be somewhere. Now, keep your dreams high, your ambitions high, and know that dreams are valid. He has told you how he inspired his village mates, how he has helped his community. And at a certain point, they lacked food, they had nothing. From a family that has a privileged background, me too, almost we share the same thing.
Yeah.
Me, I told you out of the camera that from a community where I come from, I'm the one who has traveled. Yeah? And I want to go back and change the lives of those guys who stayed there. Anyway, we don't want to go far out of the context of this YouTube. We want to go straight to another item. Colaz, you've said you've helped many, you've inspired, you've impacted lives, you've taken students to school to study, right? And opened up YouTube channels for your guys.
Yes.
All right. Do you have enemies? No, wait. Do you have enemies, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you have enemies?
I guess it's just a success. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Well, enemy would be the name that people would call them. But for me, all right. So there's a
Take your time.
Yeah, my a dancehall artist, right? Vibes Cartel, right? No, sorry, not Vibes Cartel. Alkaline. So he's a dancehall artist. He says something in one of his songs, and I strongly support that. They're not enemies. They're just undercover fans. Meaning that they say they don't like us, but they are consumed, or we consume. They are consumed by what we do so much that I believe like they watch us even more than our fans. So they're not enemies, they're undercover fans. So they don't want people to know that, hey, you know what, I'm inspired by Colaz, but guess what? They are.
So do you have undercover fans?
So much. A lot of them, yeah.
All right. So they have been criticizing you.
Yes.
As you're a family man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As a family man, a content creator, someone that people look up to. And I feel that at times you reach moments you feel like, no, I'm giving up on helping. Because when I look back, these are the people that are wanting to stab me with the knives.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
How have you tried to calm down yourself out of the undercover fans that hide in their bedrooms or washrooms and watch you, but they cannot watch you from the sitting room. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you guys, I have done so much for not even just my community, people in general, right? We've built homes for people. You know, we've done charities, we've done back to school, we've done like hurricane relief stuff, so many things. But yet, Colaz, right now, if you go on YouTube, I am one of the most bashed YouTuber. Don't get me wrong, you know, I have like a lot of love from my subscribers and people who are there cheering me on. But then you have like what we call reactors, right? They're out there trying so hard just to tear Colaz down. But you know, you asked me a question earlier, you know, off camera, and you said like, if they are successful in tearing you down, how do they eat? And so I trust me, I don't even remember the question that you asked, but I want to ask them this. I trust me, I don't even remember the question that you asked, but I want to ask them this. If you are successful in bringing Colaz Smith TV down, how will you get to eat?
Yeah. So the question I asked off camera, I asked you that, actually I was not asking you, I was telling you that if these people think that you're doing maybe bad or they want to criticize you, they are fighting so hard every day, every minute to see you down. How are they going to eat? Because they survive from you.
Exactly.
And they watch your videos. At the end of the day, they criticize you. So that was it. So I know that there are many negative reactors there. Yeah?
Yes.
Do you have any chance, or do you wish one time to give them a chance and maybe talk to them? Because I know some of them were maybe your friends, they were your followers who turned against you.
Yeah.
If at all they come to you, will you give them chance?
Yeah, because I am a type of person, I don't keep grudges against people. I don't hold grudges, because for me, if you have someone in your heart, it does more harm to you than to the other person.
Yeah.
So if they think like, okay, me and Colaz have a falling out and they're gonna be bashing, I'm already moved on. I'm already, you know, out there doing this for my family, doing this for myself. I'm enjoying myself. I'm touring the world. I'm still doing good. Because why? You know why? Because I have positive energy. I've already forgiven them.
Yeah.
And if they want to come today and sit down and talk to Colaz, I don't have no problem. There's a saying, right? I'm not stopping your food, but you're just not gonna eat at my table. And that simply means that we might not be the closest of friends again.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I hate you. That doesn't mean that I want to see you down. You know, I want you to keep on going, but it's just that we're not gonna be walking so close together again. And that's it.
All right, still there. You know, guys, the interview is getting hyped,
Yeah.
right? So this is unfiltered, and this is Colaz, your guy. I know that you have many questions now to ask their inbox. Just leave it there. What is that one video that people with bad energy have ever recorded or reacted on, and you feel like this is a lie? Don't mention the person that may be recorded or reacted, but you can just talk about how did you feel, or like something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one for me was we were building a house for one of my teammates. That was the first like project that we ever did.
Yeah.
Right? I can call my teammate's name, but I won't call anybody else.
Yeah.
So we had a guy. We have a guy because he's still here. Socks. So we were building a house for him, right? And you know, at that time, I wasn't making much on YouTube. We were still a small channel, maybe like 10K or less.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we did a video. I did a video and asked persons, okay, we want to do this. We show the living condition. Could you guys help us to, you know, build something to put our guy in that's better than where he is now? And then people started sending in donations. But at some point, it slowed down, like they stopped. So I had to like use money from my pocket and finish. Anyways, to cut the long story short, persons started to say that I took the money for my own purposes.
Yeah.
And like that thing as I said before, it was my first experience of that bad energy because I didn't know like people could be so heartless, right? So I was like, oh my God, like every day I would like just complain to my other team members and say, yo, I can't do this, man. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna stop. I can't bother with this, you know. But then I realized, like, by talking to even other people, like they're telling me like, yo, that's what they want you to do. You know, they want you to fail, they want you to stop, they want you to give up. But if you give them that, then you lose and they win. And I just put that in my mind and I say, okay, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I have to grow thicker skin. You know, I have to put on that armor. So whatever they throw at me just bounce right back at them. And that's what I've been doing. I've been getting all these fights up to now for all the good things that I've done. But guess what? Every dart that they throw, it just bounces right back because I'm fully armored now, fully protected. Yeah? And one Father God is the greatest.
And still on the negative reactors, have they ever said something that is true? Because you can be bad, but you cannot be bad every time.
Right.
Have you ever come across any negative reactor and maybe he reacted this time in a positive way? He talked about something good about you?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so sometimes they might have something close to the truth, but not exactly the truth. And to be honest, we're not perfect. I am not perfect, right?
Me too, I'm not perfect.
And I don't want to send that message to anyone, all right? So, okay, this one might get me in a little bit of trouble, but it is what it is. So, me as a person, I love the ladies, and they always...
On them, many of them. Yeah?
Yeah.
What other thing can you tell viewers who are watching about Jamaica that maybe people don't know? Because for you, you are a world traveler.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, Jamaica, we are, let me say, we are a beautiful people, right? The island itself is a beautiful island. And, you know, outside of the reggae music, outside of the dance hall and all of that, we are just a chill and relaxed people. I mean, you know, if you step on our toes too hard, you know, we're gonna retaliate. But then again, we are humble enough to know, you know what, this is us and this is what we want to show. Sometimes the news and big media companies will portray us in a bad light. Okay, Jamaica is, you got to be afraid and all of that. But we have so much to offer. You know what? I've had persons calling me like, oh, Colaz, I'm coming to Jamaica because I've seen your YouTube videos. Before that, I was so afraid to come to Jamaica because the news says, you know what, 2 persons got killed there and don't go to this city or don't go there. But Jamaica, we are much more than what you see out there on the big news medias. Like right now, I can tell you, the YouTubers in Jamaica, we are the ones who are selling Jamaica for what it really is. You know, the beauty, the warmth, the nature, the food, everything. Just authentic, you know. Put away the bad vibes and you will find the real peace and the real love in Jamaica.
Okay, thank you so much for the insight. I know that each country has their bad side, and we should not get that, the bad side, to make it that everyone is bad there.
Right.
There are good people and there are bad people. A country is like a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
You find someone is beautiful, really beautiful. but she also has challenges. All right, so if you want to go to Jamaica, just be free.
Yeah, man.
Look for the
You're
requirements
welcome.
that are needed. Go to Jamaica, and I will also soon go to Jamaica. I want to go to Jamaica. I grew wanting to go to Kingston, Jamaica, to see how people live, how people eat, and one thing I used to think that every person from Jamaica is an artist, dancehall artist, because they have dreads. In my country, things have just changed still because of social media. Whenever we see someone with dreads, we think he's an artist or a celebrity.
Okay.
Yes. So, in your life right now, which YouTuber gives you a lot of inspirations at the moment, and you feel like I'm targeting to meet this guy or this woman? Yeah. And what do you think that YouTube should add more for people to see? And you make your last remarks.
Okay.
Yeah. And also give one advice and thanks to your subscribers.
Okay. All right. So the first question, which YouTuber inspired me right now? Okay. So I started off. I like a lot of technology stuff, right? So I was always into more of the editing side of YouTube. You know, that was before I started doing the adventures stuff. So I was inspired by like MKBHD, Mr. Who's the Boss. Those are like tech review channels because I was big into that, right? But right now, you know, I got to say, well, everyone knows Mr. Beast. You know why I say Mr. Beast? Not because he's like more famous or whatever, or his numbers, but I say Mr. Beast because I see his heart. I see what he tries to do. And in myself, I see a lot of that as well. You know, giving back to the community, helping people. Like, just taking, you know, somebody who thought that this was it, like there's no way out, and showing them like, hey, you know what? Here's a house. Here's an opportunity. Go back to school. Like, I've seen him, you know, come to Africa and give a whole community, a whole village water. Like, he has done so many things, and I'm like, wow. You know, I don't care what type of person he is, like, personally. I've seen the good work that he's doing, and that's what I want to emulate. That's what I want to be like. A person who just give back in the most, like, sincere way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what was the other question?
The other question, your supporters,
Okay.
your subscribers.
Okay.
But again, people who follow you would like to know what is your favorite food. Someone is there and follows you so much, they watch you every day. They don't know what is your favorite food.
Favorite food?
Yeah.
All right. So in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right. So we have. I don't know if you know ackee, right? It's also a national dish, but the national dish is ackee and saltfish. But for me, I don't care about the saltfish. Just give me the ackee with anything. Ackee and chicken back. Ackee and pork. Ackee with mackerel. Anything with the ackee, I mean that. Also, in pastries, I like ice cream. I love ice cream. But you know what? I can't eat it so much because, you know what? We don't want to get much bigger, you know, but I love ice cream. And the flavor that I like cookie and cream and also grape nut. So those I would say my favorite right now in food.
Okay. How about do you have brothers and sisters?
So many.
Okay.
My parents, right? My mom and dad together, right, had 14 kids. Okay. And then my dad had outside kids. I don't know how much he had outside, but with my mom he had 14.
Okay.
Yeah. So I one died. So 13 of us by my mom and dad still alive today.
Okay. Now give an advice or thanks to your subscribers.
All right. So advice to like upcoming YouTuber or just people in general?
Everyone who is watching this podcast or this video.
All right, guys. So a general advice on the outlook of life. You know, just strive to be positive. Like, to be negative, to be bad is the easiest thing that you can do. It doesn't take anything. If a guy step on your toe, the easiest reaction you can do, punch him in the face. But it takes a strong man to, when he step on your toe, you can let it go. You know, you just chill. Your ego won't get the best of you. So just relax a little bit. You know, just step back, just calm down, and just, you know, be like more relax with yourself and your surrounding, and everything else will just start to flow in place. The anger will go, the hatred will go, all of that, the bad energy. So just try to focus on positive things in life, and you should be okay.
All right, guys, before we close this video, I know that Colaz Smith TV has many subscribers all over the world. And here we're going to take just a guess. Let me know the country, if he's going to mention the country where you are, okay? This is the question. So, which country do you wish to travel to next? Yeah.
All right, which country I wish to travel to next? I want to go to China, but guess what? I think we need a visa to go to China, so it might not be the next one. But if I had the opportunity to just pick one, China would be my next one on the list.
Oh, China.
China.
How about
Why
that?
China? Because the technology. I love technology, by the way. Yeah, I like gadgets. I have many drones, cameras, everything. So I want to see like on a wider scale. And we know China is like the most developed country in the world. So I like seeing like new technology being in use, you know.
Okay, guys. So we're coming to the end of this interview. I know that there are many questions that have been left behind. There are some questions that we don't need to ask because this is just a friendly chat. We are not here to prove anybody. We are not here to try to bring out the old grudges, because if I start to, you know, to ask many questions, he might say something and, you know, fights, dramas. But again, I want to thank him for his time that he has given me to interview him. And Colaz, I don't take this for granted, man. This is a great opportunity that you have given me to sit here with you. It's another chance. Yeah. So guys, if you are watching wherever you are, we know that you might be going through some challenges, but no situation is difficult with God. So we're here also trying to see that we create that content that benefits you. The only thing you can do to his channel and my channel, wherever you are, is to keep supporting us. Nothing big that is beyond that. So you can advise us, you can pray for us, and you can always share our content to everyone. We're trying to make sure that we make content that you can sit down with your family, and you have kids, you have everyone, and you watch. So just a message to negative reactors wherever you are. This is your message. Negative reactors, you are just lazy gangs. You are lazy guys who just sit there, don't take time to do research. My advice is one: do research before you stress someone, before you react on someone's video. Make sure you have done research. Do clean criticism than you trying to bash someone, trying to stress them. You know, the world is full of many challenges, so don't be one of the challenges, okay? You can react on videos, but in a professional manner. Yeah, you need to understand that these people also have a life to live. They have blood, they have hearts, so they can break down. Have any question for me or anything?
Not really a question. I just want to, you know, to give a big shout out to you for having me on your platform. Yeah. Because, you know, the thing is, a lot of people think that, oh, I am bigger than your platform, so I don't need to acknowledge her. But trust me, I don't look at numbers. You know, I just look at, you know, people and feel positive energy and vibration. And, you know, we've been on the road together from morning, and it's been nothing but just love and just good energy. So, you know, I just want to say thank you so much for having me here. I respect you for that. And to the whole of Uganda, you know, all the people, you know, here in Thailand and my home country, Jamaica, and everywhere else in the rest of the world, subscribers, viewers, anybody who will come across this video, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, it's all about love. Life is all about love. Yeah, you give love, you receive love. All right, let us just try to stop fighting each other. Let us try to stop tearing down. You know what? As you mentioned about the reactors, like there are good reactors out there, but they just don't spend the time to do proper research. And if they spend the time to do the proper research, trust me, they will be bigger than where they are right now. Because some of them, they're just at the surface and they're just trying to scratch, when they can do so much better if they spend a little more time and do the thing right. See? So they know themselves. I don't have to call any names. So yeah, so again, bro, blessings again. Thank you so much again. And in Colaz Smith TV fashion, we're gonna say God is the greatest.
So we can't add anything over that, but what we're saying is one, we're just waiting for your reactions, guys. Stay blessed. Just know if you're a young man there or a young girl, wake up, say your prayer, and know that the world is looking for your positive side. Add value to the society, add value to yourself, to your family, etc. Be productive. The world is here to see you making something, not to cry. Don't overcry for the world. The world has a lot that is stressing it already with its people. But just know, make sure you change your lives and the lives of people that are around you. So guys, we are signing out. Go check him, as I said, Colaz Smith TV, and I am Williams UG. So that is it, guys. Yes,
Thank you.
Blessings, Jamaica, Uganda connection.
Blessings, bro.
Yes. So we are having this. Actually, you guys, this one is going to be in the video. I'm not cutting it. So this is Thai tea. It's not so sweet. It's just to relax, because if you watched the previous video, we were hit by too much sunshine.
A lot of heat.
Yeah. So here the degrees are around 60. You can imagine. And we have much to do. And guys, take care of your